We just had an interruption in my recording. Somehow I killed the recording. So this is a continuation. So I ended up with, on the end of the last piece of the recording, we're about to flash. I actually had a whole bunch of more, but we're going to have to start over there again. This one here I did at work, and I couldn't get into the REPL. So we're going to do it again. And this time we're going to use a fresh one and see what happens. So I need to know, I just plugged this in. I just want to make sure I'm still on ACM 1. I am. So we're going to flash this one now with okay, so it's flashed. I'll unplug it for a moment and then plug it back in again. And we need Mr. Minicom here. There we go. So it definitely was jammed up, I think, on trying to do Wi-Fi, and it wouldn't let me into the REPL properly. So that one's rigged for work, and this one is going to be rigged in the moment for home. So there is some lines we have to follow here. So we have to set the toml file. Expressive builds. Fetch code to build. No, not that one. That one. Yeah, so you have to do this to open a toml file. And then you have to put the SID in. And since this is a super secret thing, I'm just going to flip away for a sec and complete the lines. But this is what we're looking at here, is we have to set those lines. And every time you complete a line, it'll tell you how many words it wrote out. And you have to give a password for what they call the Webflow interface. So, and I need a line to do the Webflow workflow. And then we have to write out the file. Okay, the toml file is written. And we can come back. So what we're supposed to do is unplug it and plug it back in. And you can see that we got an IP number here. So now that we have an IP number, we can actually come back to the web interface here. And I'll just open a new tab. And if we go to that IP 192.168.42.206, you get this page. Board, blah, blah. So, tells you what the board is. version 904, host name, IP number. Go to the file browser and you can see you don't have to put a username in here. So there's our drive, that CircuitPython drive. And we can go here to the full code editor. And we can say open code.py. There's our, it's not Visual Studio. So now we need something to put on here that will actually run. So I have a Blink program. Oh, not the Blink INO. Let's see. That's Express's Blink program. That's the Pico Blink program. And I thought I had an RGB Blink program ready to go. Yeah, just let me find one. Here we go. And paste. That was not a warning about the code. That was Grammarly saying, why are you putting 3 quotes in a row? So there's a basic Blink program. Save it. Now the only thing we have to do is, I believe the number 4 is wrong. It should be 1. Oh, right. We don't have the NeoPixel. We got a code error. Okay, so we need to go back to the command line for a sec. And we know the IP number of this. So we can actually do a circ up dash help for a sec. And we'll do install. And then we need, is it dash s path? And we just specify the IP number. I think that's what it is. Nope. How did I do that before? Okay, if we go back to our notes on this again. We've done all that, we've done all that, we've done all that. Yeah, we don't know that. Connected by the web browser. And okay. You do that, but you can also use the Circup tool. So where was that code? Maybe my Circup is not up to date. Just a sec. Control R, pip, Circup. Ah, there we go. That's better. I had an old Circup. So what I'm doing is that. So what I need is dash host 192.168.42.206. I think that was our host. Yeah, 206. Oh, we need the thing, NeoPixel. Let's do it this way. Getting closer. SSPASSWRD. 1, 2, 3. Did I forget the O in Neo? Yeah, I did. Let's try that again. There we go. And one blinking pixel. Ta-da! Now I have a better sample where a couple more extra lines and it will cycle through colors. But there we go. 1C6 with CircuitPython installed with a bit of whacking around and upload a new library and using the web workflow. Yeah, see what you can do in here is you go like this. I didn't know they had code fill in. Woo. It is getting better. Why did I have extra E? That one thing I've noticed that happens in this editor. It has a bad habit of if your typing speed's too fast or something, you actually end up with extra letters. Pixels, dot sleep. No. Fill. Bracket 0, 0, 255, comma. No more commas. And let's be pretty like they are. There we go. Whoops. And sleep. No. time dot sleep bracket 0.5 bracket. Save it. There you go. So it's as simple as that of changing it. But now this should apply also to the ESP8266 because this actually all comes from that page of instructions. So fetch code, blah, blah, expresses builds. We've done that. NeoPixel example. So this page here, ESP32 Quick Start, right, also applies to the 8266. Now, as I said, I'm building this from the actual CircuitPython files because I wanted to learn how to do it. But you can go, of course, to the downloads, these guys here. And for example, 8266, enough. ESP3280. There should be an 8266 in here somewhere. Yeah. I think it's like here we go. That's a C3. C3s. This is something like this. Now that's another C3. Where are you all? Where are you hiding the 8266s? Possibly like that one. But those are the ones with, where's my pile of them? No, not these guys. These are more modern. Here we are. These guys. This thing. This is just sitting on a board that gives this board an interface to the USB port. But not all of them need that. I was experimented making a shell. So this board, for example, it has it built on. But these are the ones with the camera on it, and I have ones without the camera on it. After that point, I was only be able to compile them with the Platform IO or ESP IDF. Here we go. Yeah, so something like this. No devs, right? They were known by for a long time. This is just a whole collection of different ones. ESP Room 32. They might actually have that one. Let's look at it from the room. There you go. There's that board I just had, for example. But there's your classic one right there. That's the 12 key. I have 12E. I have I said a bunch of different ones in here. In fact, I'll keep one out for the moment. So I hope that kind of helps anyone. It's taken me a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks to get the hang of the building, everything. And then I had to go back, as I said, to Adafruit, and I consulted with one of their head guys, and he explained what I was running into with the C6. So when you're doing this, things like the C6, C3, 8266, they do not have a drive. They don't show a drive. You have to go through the serial port to get to them. And then you have to set them up for Wi-Fi access so you can actually use their Webflow system. Oops, I think they have a kind of a bug on the screen here. Look at the top here. Duck, 192.206, duck, 192, duck, CodePy, duck, CodePy, duck, CodePy 940. Yeah, I think they got a bug here. Um, there we go. This is what I was hoping with the other one. I have to ask a question about that. Why, once you have the Wi-Fi and you bring it to a different network, it just, you can't get back into the REPL properly. But I suppose you could always, you can't even do that because different Wi-Fi, then you can't access it from the web interface, which means you can't get access to the file drive, which means you can't, erase the TOML file. You can't even set it again to a different Wi-Fi. That's not very helpful. But I'll disconnect. And Control AZ. Minicom can be a real pain at times. There we go. So this one's rigged for here, and this one's rigged for work. They do have a M one in there, the 4 meg one. I wonder if this is the 4 meg version. Yeah, it is. I could probably do these two also. And this one will require something that's not USB-C. So I will leave it at this. And I have a bunch of cataloging to do. And this will be posted in 2 chunks, chunk A and chunk B of the video. So, goodbye.